Hello everyone again. And look at you guys. You are in Theory and Techniques 2, moving right along. It's amazing. I'm very proud of you all. Welcome to the beginning of another semester. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of a break between summer classes and now. And I hope you're ready to go to learn more about theories and techniques as they apply to the counseling profession. So this class is basically an extension of counseling theories and techniques 1, right? Counseling 501. But as you look through the syllabus, you're going to find that there's a lot more detailed information that we're going to be going through, for each theory of counseling. We're going to be spending each week dedicated to looking at the various different theories of counseling, so theoretical orientations of counseling, and you're going to be submitting a lot of videos and doing a lot of role plays. So let's just kind of take a second to go through the syllabus itself. So everybody knows for sure this is the text that we're using, Gerald Corey's text. He's very well known in the field of counseling and psychotherapy, and it's a really good text, I think, for this class because it doesn't get too in depth with each theory. What I really want the purpose of this class to be is for you guys to explore personally and professionally to a degree when you're role playing, if you can imagine yourself in those professional roles. I really want you to explore what you think your theoretical orientation will be, or which ones you think you gravitate towards, so that you're ready to go and use these theoretical approaches and the techniques and the foundations behind them when you get into your practicum experience, because man, that's going to be here before you know it. So that's the purpose of doing the role play exercises. That's the purpose of doing the videos to the degree that we're going to be doing them in this course. And this text, I think, provides a nice, clear, concise overview of each theoretical orientation, the purpose of it, the history behind it, techniques that are used for each theory and application, limitations, cultural issues that can be taken into consideration. We're not using Mind Tap, okay? Learned my lesson after spring semester with that one, so no Mind Tap. You will notice as you read through the text, there are 2 case studies that Corey really explores. One is the case study of Stan, and what Corey has done, as he often will do, he has a student handbook that goes along with this textbook, and he has a video series that goes along with the textbook. I did not require you guys to purchase either one of those things, so don't panic because I'm mentioning them, and don't panic when you start reading the text and it keeps going back to him talking about videos of Stan and how we're watching videos of Stan. Stan's not going to be in our class this year, okay? Gwen, on the other hand, there's illustrations, case study illustrations throughout the text. And so when I do focus on case studies within the text, I'm going to be really focusing on Gwen and not Stan. It's important to read about Stan and, go through the process. What Corey does in the videos is he just uses different theoretical approaches with Stan. For like 13 different videos, I think is what he has, and then the student handbook I have, and I'll probably be pulling some things from that, but you guys don't need to worry about either one of those things. Corey likes to package things nicely together, gets more money off of it, brilliant. He also does the same thing for group texts, so, but I don't feel like you guys need to purchase any of that. As an alternative to that, what I am going to be doing is posting additional resources, because this focuses on counseling and theory as it applies to mental health counseling largely, okay? And I want to make sure that we're really focusing on rehabilitation counseling as well, and there's been a lot of additional research and literature that's been published around using these different theoretical approaches specifically in rehabilitation counseling settings. And so as you'll see reflected in each course module, in addition to the chapter reading, sometimes I might throw an article in with that reading so that you can see how a rehab counselor, whether somebody's practicing in a state agency or not, how rehab counseling could be or how the theory could be used in a rehab counseling setting, or how the theory could be used with an individual with a disability or a client that has a disability. So those additional resources are out there. However, textbooks are limited in that way. So it is what it is. And I will also be providing links to videos through the Alexander Street tool that I know I had a mix up with, I think over the summer, I believe there was, but hopefully that kink has been worked out. So ideally, when I post videos from Alexander Street, you'll be able to access them. But of course, as always, if you cannot, please email me and let me know, because usually it looks like I can see them on my end, and I don't know that you guys can't. So we'll be having the textbook readings, PowerPoint lectures. I'll be doing likely a video lecture every week like I typically do. I still hope that is useful for you guys, especially when we're talking about theories, and discussion boards, and then we get into the assignments part of it, right? So I want you to be listening to the videos, and I'm just going to briefly, go through the PowerPoint for today. I mean, what I want you guys to do today, whatever day today is for you, Wednesday, Thursday, this 2-day period of Module 1. Take a look at the syllabus, post any questions up on my discussion board that I have for questions for me. Read over the first chapter, really simple, short and sweet, to the point. It's really an introduction to the book itself. Corey has his own specific approach to textbooks. He's providing his opinion a little bit throughout the text, and his perspective on using these theories and applying these theories. We're really going to be talking about the textbook focuses on 11 different approaches that I went ahead and added in. You'll see in our schedule, right? Nice little course schedule that I've got. Print that one out. Towards the end of the semester, we're going to be talking about integrated behavioral health, contemplative psychotherapies, multicultural theories, a little bit more in depth, even though each chapter does talk about multicultural issues. There are specifically multicultural theories of counseling that stand apart from how we use these traditional theories with clients from diverse backgrounds. I want to definitely touch on positive psychology, and Corey does stress that, look over chapter 15 because it talks about integrating all of these theories. I did not want to dedicate an entire week to integration of theories. We talked about that when you guys were on campus, and we'll continue to talk about it throughout the semester. Most counselors do use an integrative approach when they are working with clients, and that's completely fine as long as you're doing it intentionally, and there's a foundation there, right? So what the suggestions for using the book that I thought were very useful were, as you're going through and you're reading about these theories and you're looking at the techniques that are being used, think about your own personal experiences. Think about yourself being in that client chair. Maybe you have been in that client chair before. Do you think they'd work? How would you respond to some of the theories that we're talking about? How would you as a client respond to the approaches or the techniques? When you're reading about it, does it make you feel like, oh, hey, I could see myself using that in a session? Or do you just kind of cringe and think, ugh, I could never imagine myself saying these things? So again, we're getting just more in depth from what we were doing in 501. Okay, so I'm going to be pushing you a little bit harder as we go through this semester, but I'm absolutely confident you guys are going to be doing great. When you're thinking about the categories of theories that we're going through, of course, we're going to be quickly reviewing psychodynamic approaches in Module 3 next, the second module opens up on Friday, so that's the first module that's got a lot more content, and so we're going to be talking about the counselor as a professional and ethical behaviors, and then after that we're really getting into theories for the rest of the semester. So we're going to be doing a review of psychodynamic approaches, experiential and relationship-oriented therapies, cognitive behavior therapy, person-centered, of course, solution-focused brief counseling, reality choice theories, feminist theories that are out there. We're not going to be talking about the family systems theory in this class. I might sprinkle it in there at the end if we have some time, but you guys have a fully dedicated course to couples and family counseling that will cover all that you need to know at that point. Okay, I think that's kind of it for the PowerPoint slides I'm looking through, and like I said, it was very brief this week. Other things to think about. Okay, so as far as assignments go, we've got the discussion boards, which are only 2 points, right? Not a lot, but the whole class itself is not a lot of points. So if you are thinking about missing some discussion posts, I will wonder where you are, and at some point, missing 2 points does add up. So keep checking in on the discussions. make sure, because a lot of these discussions are going to be a little bit more in depth, I really want you guys to be posting earlier in the week so you can follow up and get into an actual discussion later in the week. Our friend Dustin is overseas, so be considerate of that too. Not everybody is here in the United States this semester, so make sure to get in there and post your discussions sooner than later so we can all really get in and comment before they close Thursday night. So you're going to have these practices, these role play practices with each other. And so when these start, and these are for the journal entries, so we have role play practices with each other where I'm going to pair you guys off. You're going to use whatever you want, Zoom, Skype, FaceTime, doesn't matter to me, where you're interacting with each other. And you're going to have basically 5 of these total, 5 written submissions in a journal. These are reflective journals. I want you to talk about your experiences. And so for each of those, you're going to have 2 pages written for the journal. 1 page is where you're going to talk about your experience as the counselor during that role play. The second page is going to be you reflecting on your experience as the client in that session. This is not meant to critique the person that you're doing this with. I don't want that in the journal entries at all. I want you to reflect upon the experience. Again, kind of pulling it back to the theories, and I've outlined that on the course schedule, because when you do that first role play, I want you to be both, if you're working with your partner, both of you are going to take a turn essentially doing an intake, doing that first session. The second, third, and fourth role plays are going to focus on a specific theoretical orientation or use of a theory that we might have talked about. And that's of your choice. And they're scattered throughout the semester, so we may have covered 3 theories in the in-between periods, and you can pick one and try out some techniques, see how it feels. And then write about it, reflect about it in the journal entry. So there are 5 of those total, and that's for the practice role plays you're going to be doing with each other, and I will assign you a partner prior to the actual due date for that journal entry. And the first one that we have due is the 12th of September. So I'll probably be taking some time this first week of class to go through and make sure you guys are getting paired up for each of them, maybe with different people. But there's so few of you again, but so few of you. However, I'll try to get you guys paired up so that you can work out your scheduling again, because people are in different time zones and literally on different continents now. The video assignments are basically replacing when we were on campus and I was sitting there reviewing you and critiquing you and working with that rubric. I'm going to use the same rubric for this class. The video assignments are that, except there's more of them. So there'll be 4 videos that you'll be submitting, and with those you pick somebody, ideally not a family member, a colleague, somebody that's appropriate, an adult age individual that knows the limitations and the fact that they're being videoed for the mock role play. But you're going to be picking somebody, going through a counseling session, videotaping it. I'm going to be reviewing it. I may throw in some peer review there too, so that your peers can be reviewing your work as well. And then I'll be providing you with feedback. And just like not last semester, but spring semester, all I want to see is improvement, okay? I just want to see that you're becoming more comfortable using the skills, using the techniques, using the tools of whatever theory it is that you're looking at using when you get out into the real world, okay? And then there's the final exam, 30 points at the end of the semester. I'm not going to have any surprises there. And I believe that covers everything in the syllabus. So we've got a couple breaks. There's a fall break that's like an extended weekend, really. You might see me in the class during that time. You can get in the class if you feel like it, but nothing is actually going to be due during the fall break, which is October 10th through October 13th. And then we've, of course, got Thanksgiving break, which they call it something else at the university, but I'm putting Thanksgiving break because I'm eating some turkey during that week. So, so with that, I'll let you guys get to that first initial discussion post. It just has to do with Gwen and her case. If anybody hasn't received the textbook yet, you're having problems with that, please let me know. And I will be seeing you via video here soon.